Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the 7 reasons why Ben Shapiro is so dominant in debates. So the whole reason, the whole point of why I'm doing this is simply because I want to see how effective some of these famous people and some of these famous and great debaters who are pretty much respected and worshipped to many other people. And we're just going to see some of the strategies they do. So for first off, I'm going to do a whole series. I'm going to do a whole series of all these different debaters and how each of them are effective. I'm going to see what kind of things they do. And essentially, I'm going to be commenting on them because, again, this is a reaction and commenting video. I have my Lego pad right here and my computer right here. And this is what I'm going to do is to be reacting to this, again, make my opinions on it. And then we're just going to do it. So really quick, I want to say I'm going to be stopping because, again, I'm going to be talking about this. So if you want to watch the whole video will be in link down in the description below. But I'm just going to be talking about debate. And essentially, I'm just going to make this whole series, probably 12 episodes, on 10 different people and how they're dominant in debates. So first off, we're going to start off with Ben Shapiro because he's very well known. I know Ben Shapiro. To be honest, guys, I'm not going to tell you whether I'm against or for him. I'm just going to be affecting his skills. Essentially, when it comes to different types of people's arguments, I try to be non-biased or bipartisan in some instances because I don't want to be the person who get yelled at for not liking this person or for being against this person. So really quick, you can see this video has 6 million views, 175,000 likes, and 12,000 dislikes. So with that, we're actually going to get started. So let's do this. So let's begin. Yes. Agreeable. Yes, we have to agree that even though he's not saying the better side or wrong, exactly what I'm doing, I'm just going to be referencing, just going to be talking about whatever he does. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that, again, that's not typically what you want to do in debate as much, but I see he was kind of referencing it as a joke, and I'm pretty sure I heard some laughter after that to go like rewatch the video, but I believe it's typically for joke purposes. So for that instance, we're just gonna let that slide, but until then, let's go. Let's see. Oh my god. And this, really quick, this is probably the last one before I like pause and tell you actually need to talk to get to the reasons, but essentially you have to pretty much like that because essentially when you're referencing any argument and then all of a sudden you see this guy just asking for all your sources, again, that's you need that for credibility. But essentially if you're a person that's asking you for a lot of sources and then you know those sources right off the bat and you just memorize them, then essentially winning arguments will be easy as that. The person will just sit down and it'll be done and you can go on with that argument. Me too. Let's see. Let's see. Well, what happened here first? Let's do that really quick. What is this? I'm so sorry, I have to change the quality. Oh no. Quality 20. Yeah, so essentially while this is getting fixed, I can agree on that. Okay, I thought that was my quality, but it's just the computer quality. It's just the video quality they had. Okay, so essentially we can go back to the other argument he did. We can see that essentially, like he said, we just go all the way back to the beginning. Let's see. Catching non-arguments, and essentially this is a very, essentially I think this is a very good way to do things, essentially, because the problem is when most people just say an argument, you tend to like go on it, and you just tend to stick with it, or you just tend to refute it. That's one of the things you do. You either tend to refute it, you either tend to just leave it alone, just ignore it, or you tend to catch it. But essentially, it's usually the first two. You either ignore it, and then your opponents either bring that up later as their main argument or as an important argument, or you just refute it all the way. But essentially, you're wasting valuable time on refuting these arguments. And this is one thing I like Ben Shapiro doing, catching non-arguments. Let's see. Okay, so like with catching arguments, you can know that just the essential catching arguments is like very important, because you have to realize it really, one, it takes off a lot of time in the debate round, because if you're in that debate, you hear all these arguments, catching arguments. I mean, it's just, he explained it well himself, so I don't want to ramble. I just want to go on to the next one, because I actually do like the next one to talk about. Ooh. Yes, okay, that's another good way, because to be honest, I face a lot of different people who have gotten emotional because of the debate round. In one instance, even I've gotten emotional, but I've tried to calm myself down because I don't like getting emotional on debate rounds. I feel like that's not fully me. Like, I understand to speak with passion, like speak with passion on an argument, but essentially, if you try to get emotional with the argument, then that's pushing it too far. And I like what Ben Shapiro does here. Try not to engage, because here's the thing: if you go emotional and you just you try to go emotional with it, that just causes mutual self-destruction, and it just mutual self-destruction, mutually assured destruction. Essentially, that's just negative on both parties. And even if you try to ignore it, it's just emotion and emotion and emotion and more emotion, and just someone tried to ignore it. Essentially, it can either help your opponent because they're having so much time and argument, like even though they're still very emotional, it's still providing somewhat of an argument there. So just having an argument rather than no argument, sometimes it's usually better, but essentially that's why you just want to kind of take the route that Ben Shapiro is doing, because he's saying, when the other guy was saying, "Oh, hey, you're dancing on the graves of all these children," and he's like, Ben Shapiro said, "Well, you do it repeatedly." So essentially, you use that as a good counter argument, and that's one way to go upon. So let's just go with that. Yes. 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 Yes, and we're actually going to stop there, because there are tons of different arguments that, like, there are tons of different people who just go off generalized arguments, and they just try to expand on those generalized arguments. And essentially, when I say expand, I mean they literally just keep on repeating the same sentence with more emotion, or try to offer some statistics. Let's see, after that. Let's see. Okay. So just going off on that, you can see that how Ben Shapiro just wants to know more about specifics. That's just a general rule of debate. Always ask for specifics if you can, because essentially trying to go off just generalized arguments isn't really going to help you in any instance. To be honest, all these so far are just generalized rules that if you're a debater, you should know, or if you're starting a debate, then someone should have told you. And if not, please just, I'm telling you now, please just try to do statistics like these. Now, don't try to copy everything you see, of course, but some of these are just generalized rules that you should go off of to be an effective debater. Or you can go the emotional route. To be honest, if you do the emotional route, it's going to be counter-effective against people who, A, watch this video, and B, people who just debate like this on a regular basis, because essentially all you're doing is just kind of